You leave me alone. And they pulled back the curtain and they showed me that I had literally raised my hand and volunteered to come here. I had stepped forward to come onto planet Earth. Many of you that I'm talking to today are volunteers also. We all have a reason for being here. We all planned out our life. We all chose to come here. All for whatever reason we might have, but it's all to have this experience of this three-dimensional world. But at this particular time, we all chose to come to be here, most likely to participate in the shift that's happening on the planet. My guys call it the Earth changes. So, in 1945, when the atomic bomb was detonated, that was it. That was a game changer. Planet Earth, which had been languishing as a fear-based planet for so long in a three-dimensional status and not been able to move up the ladder, so to say, her planet, Gaia, our planet, decided that she was going to move ahead. Because if she didn't, she was going to be destroyed by her children. Things had gotten out of control. So it was the linear year of 1947 when the plan was put together that Earth would be flooded with higher frequency beings who would come from the higher dimensions, and just through their very state of being here, that frequency would help to raise the planet's vibration. They asked for volunteers to come in waves to help bring about a change and try to get humanity to awaken to the truth of who they are and to stop living in fear. It was a daunting mission because the odds were not great. In 1947, when the call went out for volunteers and I volunteered, very few of the humans on planet Earth were ready to go into the fifth dimension, which is where Gaia is wanting, has gone. So to come onto the planet knowing that there was a high rate of failure, probable failure, was a little bit daunting, but the more of us who volunteered, the more likely our chances were. And the baby boomers, that's why there are the baby boomers, so many of us that came in. The first wave came in 1949, 1950. I chose the live stream. I brought my live stream in on the energy wave of December 25th, 1950. That energy wave gave me the tools that I needed and the gifts that I needed to carry out what I believed would be important to my mission of being here. The reason that we wanted to come is because as Gaia would move into the fifth dimension, she would have to cleanse her body of her children if they did not resonate with that higher frequency. You know, we resonate with the planet. Our frequency resonates with the planet, and if she's going to go to a higher frequency, we need to go with her. To do otherwise it's not possible, actually. So we came onto the planet to try to awaken the souls that are on the planet, try to free you from the prison, from the powers that be. It's a prison planet. You don't live freely. If you heard Richard Dolan talk yesterday, he made a pretty good case of it. And we do have controllers. It's a hard thing to convince people who live on a prison planet that they're in prison. They don't realize they're in prison. They think that they are living a normal life. It seems normal. because we're indoctrinated into it from the time we're little. We're taught what to believe. We're not given freedom to express ourselves. Our free will is used against us. And the teachers who have come here before to try to enlighten and help guide and show the way, their very teachings were used against them, and it was changed. I use the example of Jesus, Yeshua, his teachings coming onto the planet, allowing himself to be put to death so that he could rise from the dead and show us you're not a body, you're an eternal being. But unfortunately what happened is religion got hold of the cross and beat us upside the head with it, made us feel guilty, told us we were sinful from the time we were born. Just being born on this planet is enough to make you sinful. Don't have to do anything wrong. An innocent child is born, it's born in sin. It's not the way that it is. So it's an imprisoned planet. You've been trapped in a cycle of reincarnation and karma. It's a game that was put in place to keep you here, to keep you from moving up the ladder of life. And some of the souls on this planet have been here for a long time, trapped. Enlightenment was available to only a few. Those spiritual teachers who came on to try to show us our way home, they knew the answers, but you can't convey that to people. What they'll do is they worship. That's the tendency. When you believe you're small and helpless and a victim, you tend to worship those that come to try to awaken you. So reincarnation is a game where when you die, because you have short little lives on this planet, you only live 70 or 80 years, maybe 90, and that's a short time in comparison to other planets. And you don't really leave the planet. You just recycle and come back into another body. And what's worse is you're told that you didn't do something right, that you have to correct something, you have to learn something. And that's the karma game. Now karma exists in the universe because it's a law of nature that as energy, if there's negative energy, there needs to be a balance. Energy needs to be balanced. So it's balancing of energy. But the way that it evolved on planet Earth is that karma was used as punishment. You did something wrong. You got to go back and correct it. You have to get this right. You have to learn a lesson. And that's not actually the truth of it. What really needs to happen is we just need to wake up and remember who we are. We are